9 days left in the Kickstarter, so thank you for everyone who has been participating and following and sharing, and for everyone who's contributed financially. I really appreciate it. We are at 86%. 9 days wasn't backwards. The K one was. Oh, so it is. Okay. There we go. 86%. Now I know which way it's flipped. So we're at 86% and 9 days. So a little over a week. It ends not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. I've already shown while I was waiting for people to hop on. I've got toys here for people to see. And stickers for size. So here is my signature Snog sticker and my little regular Snog sticker. There will be a Kickstarter exclusive in the Kickstarter colorway. For those who don't understand, my signature Snog is based on my signature when I signed the book. I had to come up with a quick little doodle that I could do while I signed the book. And so, that is the signature Snog. The blue, yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Yes? Since I've got the camera horizontal, the text is flipped 90 degrees, so I'm having to tilt my head to read what y'all are saying. So, something I wanted to talk about briefly, for those who don't know, about 10% of the proceeds from the campaign are going to go to the Autism Spectrum Disorder Foundation. The book is dedicated to my nephew. We lost him late last year, and he was on the autistic spectrum, and his mother, who's my cousin, whom I love very dearly, she's raised a lot of money for that foundation, and I want 10% of the proceeds of the book to go to that as well. So that's myasdf.org. Let's see. Use some more toys while we wait for people to get on. So this, oh, and I dropped it. That was purple, and it glows in the dark blue. This is kind of a transparent one, and it also glows in the dark blue. I've already mentioned, but I don't think anyone was on yet, I'm going to do 3 exclusive colorways for the Kickstarter project. It'll be a green to yellow thermoreactive, so a color change, a green glow in the dark, and possibly a pink. Purple ones are your favorite, I can make you a special purple one. I've got a purple to pink thermoreactive, but those won't be exclusive to the Kickstarter. How do y'all like my background? It's a shower curtain from Target. I got it to match one of my favorite pages in the book. You see? Isn't that cute? This is my favorite. I did a 3-panel spread on my Instagram feed where it shows the little waves and the Snog riding the waves. So I still have plenty of postcards left if anybody wants me to send them some. I'll say this because the video is going to be recorded and people can watch it later. If anyone wants to direct message me with their address, I'd be happy to mail them some of the postcards for them to put places. Oh, Jose, how did you come up with the story? So I started drawing the character probably 6 to 9 months before I came up with the story. It was just as what is Devin saying? My brother asked, what was your favorite part of making the series? Let me finish answering Jose first. I basically just sat down and wrote a silly rhyming poem, and after that, I storyboarded each line of the poem as a separate page, and then from there I kind of tweaked it and took stuff out and added stuff in so it was more narrative. So it really started with just kind of like making up a nursery rhyme. And then to answer Devin's question, what is your favorite part of making the series? I think my favorite part was the character design. I think from where it started to where it wound up, that is just like the cutest thing in the world, and some of the earlier drawings were kind of silly and almost creepy looking, like to get a cute dog head with a snail shell. If you go too realistic, it's just weird. So I think that was my favorite part, was seeing it turn into this cute cartoon character versus this Jim Henson dark but cute weird thing. I think the early drawings looked very puppety. So, again, this is the draft book. The copy that everyone will receive will have a different cover. I have yet to draw it. That will be happening in the next week or so. The main book cover will be cartoony, but if I can reach the stretch goals for my Kickstarter, I've got one level which will have a Kickstarter exclusive cover, so I've yet to decide what that will be. What age group? From Jose. Hi Alex. Will you make a cat version? So to answer Jose, the age group is approximately 3 to 9. I think it's a great book for parents to read their kids who can't read yet, but it's also a great start for kids that are learning to read. It's very simple, bold-faced words with a couple large, like adult words, because it's always fun to learn a big word that you don't really understand when you're little. And back to Alex's question, will you make a cat version? So, shortly after I officially had the Snog character, I had wanted to make a cat friend, which would be a kitty pillar, so like a kitty caterpillar, but that exists already in places. I've seen kitty pillar toys, so I'm gonna have to change the mashup there. I definitely want to have a cat friend, I just don't know what it will be mashed up with. So, to talk a little bit about Titch. The name Titch came from a family dog we had. She was a Jack Russell, and Titch is kind of like English slang for like small fry or little one. So I thought it was kind of appropriate because prior to getting this far, I've told people that the stickers are life size. So this is what, you know, a Snog would be to scale. And I guess like the toys are kind of life size as well. Kind of funny. But yes, so there are 9 days left in the campaign, so thank you everyone. Oh, I'll answer these questions. So the toys are made out of resin. So I made a master version that was out of clay, then a cast of that version in silicone. So I made a silicone mold with the first clay guy. And then once the silicone hardens, it's then a mold that you can pour liquid resin into. And all of these things are available at art supply stores, so like Texas Art Supply. Hobby Lobby might have some. I've ordered some online just because you can find it cheaper than the actual stores. So I've actually got, I don't know if y'all saw the video I posted right before we got started. I made a quick little stop motion. I've got a box of Snogs. So they're pretty cute. So, I don't think I finished talking about stretch goals. So the first stretch goal will be the enamel pin, and that will be the Kickstarter exclusive colorway. Then we will have backpacks, and then t-shirts, and then the last stretch goal, well, assuming we get there, I might make up more. The last stretch goal will be for a Kickstarter exclusive cover, and that will be at $10,000, which is a lot of money, but books are expensive, and I can't justify doing a short run, and I'm assuming I'll have a large quantity if we can get to that number financially. Richard! What kind of backpacks? So, since I'm so smart, I have, let me see if I can do phoneception here because I've got two phones. I'm talking to you all on one, and I am posting, or I've got my my other phone here. Let's see. I can pull up the backpack because I have a mock-up. So just in case y'all don't know, I'm like super duper organized and I've made a lot of the artwork in advance. So you see this? Kind of, there's a little bit of a glare. So this is the backpack. So it's actually got a really big little Snog guy there, and the colors are kind of blown out because of the phone action happening there, but it'll be the Kickstarter colorway. So that will be the third stretch goal, I believe, maybe. I don't know. Oh, I've got yeah, it'll be the third stretch goal for 7,500. So here's my little stretch goal graphic I've already created, and I'm so ready to post. So if y'all can share the link and get more people to contribute, we'll hit the stretch goal sooner. But yeah, so here, I guess the text is reversed, but you can see, so 4,000 for an enamel pin, 5,000 for, oh, coloring book. I said t-shirt. Coloring book. I want to make coloring books. I think that would be really fun. And then 7,500 for the backpack and 10,000 for the Kickstarter exclusive cover. So share it. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family. Tell people you don't know. It's kind of a good conversation starter. Maybe, maybe not. But if we can get that link out there and more people see it, I think we can make it happen. I'm so close to hitting the initial goal. I'm pretty confident that we'll hit the 3,500. I'd love to at least get to the backpack level, which is 7,500. And we have 9 days left! Yay! So I haven't looked since we've been recording, since I'm using both phones. But last I checked, we were at 86%, which is fantastic, and I'm so grateful. It's really, really exciting. Yes. Are you still doing 3D animations? You were so good at it. Thank you, BB. Short answer is no, just because I don't do it for my day job, and I've been focusing on the book so much in my spare time. This has pretty much been like the last 2 months building up to this Kickstarter and all the artwork it included. I'd like to do more 3D animation. It's just obviously very time consuming. One of my many things on my to-do list is to do a 3D model of my little snog here and use that for toy making instead of casting the resin figures. I really like making the resin figures, but it's kind of messy and I'm worried it's kind of toxic, even though I think it's okay. But I'm like a mad scientist just doing it in my garage. You're supposed to have a well-ventilated area, and I don't know, you're playing with liquid plastic, so I'd really like to move into 3D printing, or maybe get it manufactured by a real manufacturer with a 3D model that I create. And I've got like ZBrush on my computer, so I'd probably use ZBrush to do that. Well, you're good in any medium. Thank you! Yeah, well, it takes practice and lots of hard work. This is the third sculpt of the toy. If you look at my website, which is elletraparnell.com, and look at the blog, and maybe even on my just Facebook page for my art page, I've got photos, and I recorded kind of the process of coming up with this figure. This is the third version. The first version was really big and kind of lumpy and messy and very like Gumby-like. And then the second version was very similar to this, but it didn't have this little wavy little snail foot going on. It was very flat. So if you look at either of those things, the Facebook photos or my blog on my webpage, you can see the original sculpts. Bath bombs. Lots of people had said that they look like bath bombs, which is, especially like these little, the glittery guys, the translucent glow-in-the-dark glitter ones. I guess that wouldn't be hard to do. I've seen them sold on Etsy. You just have to have like baking soda and Epsom salt and soap coloring, and I could probably make a die-cut mold to do that. That wouldn't be hard, so maybe that'll be included with the stretch goals. Thank you, Richard and Devin, for that. Y'all are too funny. What else are 5 people on? Let's see. What else should I talk about? See if I have anything else in my Dropbox I can show y'all that'll be exclusive to this video. Oh, I can show you the funded artwork that I'm just waiting to post. So I've got my little funded with my little snog wagging his tail, so maybe I can post this today. Share the link, share the event, share this video. You know, feel free to hop out and share the event and get your friends to join in on the video. Well, I'm saying that, oh my gosh, it's already 2:20, or 2:23 to be specific, so I only blocked this out until 2:30, so we're doing pretty good. I was worried I wouldn't be able to talk for 30 minutes. Devin just shared it. Thank you, Devin. see. Does anyone else have any questions? Squinting so I can read. Does anybody have any like Kickstarter questions? Because Kickstarter is this wonderful, mysterious thing that some people just don't really understand. It's crowdfunding. It is not like a Indiegogo. Oh, baby shared it too. It's not me just asking for money. How do stretch goals work? So, let me finish what I was saying before I forget. So for Kickstarter, when you donate money, you're getting something in return, whether it's stickers or toys or the book or the whole shebang, because I've got bundles, so go check them out. If I buy something now, can I get the stretch goal item later? So the way stretch goals work is once you hit your initial funding, you can then post a new goal. So the way it's worked with other projects is, let me readjust because my foot's falling asleep. When you post a new stretch goal, technically that item isn't available until you hit the stretch goal, but I've thought about this myself. It seems like it would be more opportunistic to let that stretch goal be available to get to that goal. So I understand both ways. It makes sense because more people will want more items and help you get to that goal. But if you allow that to be one of your items and you don't reach that number, then you don't really have funding for the manufacturing process. So I might make this a really weird hybrid situation because I know that I can financially cover the enamel pins, and that is the first goal, or the first stretch goal. So I might make that be an additional tier once we hit the 3,500 and just know that I'll be able to cover that financial cost. But like the backpacks are gonna cost probably 15 to 20 bucks each, maybe, depending, and then the quantity is a real big deal. So if only 5 people want backpacks, then they cost a lot more than if like 100 people wanted backpacks. Let's see, are there more questions? No, that's the same one. So short answer is they might be available. If I don't hit the stretch goals, I'd still like to produce these items, but they might cost more because I would have to do them on like a one-off basis. And then there's the exclusivity factor that the items available through the Kickstarter are going to be the Kickstarter exclusive colorway, which is a green and gray version of my little guy. I've actually got a vote going out. There's, I think it's update number 2 or 3 on the Kickstarter campaign. You can vote. There's also a Facebook thing and an Instagram thing if you want to vote on the colors. Everyone has chosen A. It's also my personal favorite, but the voting is basically still open until the campaign ends. So if anyone wants to go look at the different color options and vote, feel free to do so. Again, that's Instagram, my Facebook art page, which is Facebook/Elletra, and then the Kickstarter updates. So those are 3 spots I've got comments. The backpacks look really cool. I know, I'm really excited about the backpacks. And if we don't hit it with Kickstarter, I'll probably do the original colorway backpacks and just order whatever makes the most sense financially. If I order like only a couple, then they're gonna cost like 40 bucks each. But if I order, I don't know, like 20 to 50, it would make more sense financially. So we'll see. I don't think so. Okay. Again, I want to talk about the ASDF.org. Smog is a stuffed animal. So let me finish talking about this, then I'll talk about that. So again, 10% of the proceeds are going to go to the Autism Spectrum Disorder Foundation. I don't think I've mentioned yet in the video other than the percentage. So this foundation goes, the financial backing of this foundation, it gives money to families with children with autism that need financial help now, whereas most organizations and charities, it goes towards research or towards education. So this foundation specifically helps families who need help now, so it's a really good foundation. But back to BB's question. So I actually have a friend, and I don't think she's watching right now, but she's working on a prototype stuffed animal. So once we have a pattern locked down, I will be looking into mass producing a stuffed figure, which is really exciting. Let's see, any other questions? Making a song. So that is in the cards. That's one of my personal goals. I want to definitely have a stuffed animal. I want to definitely maybe move on from resin to vinyl. Cute. Yes, I'm very excited. So I'd love to do like a squishy vinyl figure. Yeah, so toys, I'm very, very excited about toys. That's something I've always wanted to pursue. So the fact that this book has kind of helped facilitate me get to the toy making process has been really fun. Let's see. I'm looking through the book to see if there's anything fun I can show y'all. Oh, this is kind of I planned on doing this video outside at a local Starbucks just because, you know, on a sunny day the lighting would be good and it'd be nice to be outside. It's raining today, so I'm at my house. I had to get an extension cord and my desk lamp and just make this work, so that was fun. But here is one of the pages or two of the pages from the book. The book is about my little snog having to make it through the rain, because as you can imagine, for something this tiny, a rainy day can be very problematic. So I actually haven't talked a lot about the book and what it's about, but it's about little snog trudging through the rain. Do you have any other books in the works? So, short answer is no. So, I've got lots of ideas, but I'm not currently working on another book right now. I've probably got 3 or 4 on my personal agenda that I want to do, and I've been talking to a couple other people where I would just be the illustrator and they've already written or in the process of writing, but I'm not actively working on any other books at the moment, but that could probably going to change in the next few weeks. I've told everyone put everything on hold until I get past the Kickstarter campaign, but I will likely be working on at least 1 or 2 more books within the next few months. That's the last question. Any other questions? Because we're getting towards the end, right? That's 2:31, so I've gone overtime. So to wrap it up, I've got postcards. If anyone is interested in having postcards to give to people, let me know. We have 9 days left, so if you live in the Houston area, I could probably get them in the mail today and they'd reach you by Monday, which would give us a full week to give postcards to people. So let me know. Richard. Oh, that was Richard's question. Yeah, so I talked about that. Last call. Any questions before we bring this to an end? Ever thought about a snog meeting his nemesis, a snail with paws? A snail with paws! That's amazing! Maybe! That's a good idea. I'll have to think about that one. I never thought of the mashup the other way. That would be kind of creepy. Like a dog-sized slug thing that's like gelatinous and squishy. A Dale. So, I don't know if y'all have seen, I think everyone who's watching has seen, but my friend Brian interviewed me for his podcast last week, and it got posted on Tuesday, and then he mentioned, like, why a snog? Why not a Dale? And I never thought about it, but that's something, man. I'm gonna have to, at the very least, that deserves to be drawn. So I will probably sketch that out just to see what it looks like. Oh, that would be terrifying. I think that's it. Does anyone, last call, super duper last call? One more question? Anyone? No, or maybe you're typing. So, 9 days, 86%. Thank you everyone who's contributed so far. I'm really, really appreciative, and this was a really fun experience. Thank you for your funny questions.